Hi there guys, welcome to my channel. This is Farmer Bob. Got another video on map making for you today, and if this is the first time that you've joined or opened my page or my channel, welcome, and really consider please subscribing and liking and hitting the bell, all those nice things, you know. It really helps me a lot. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate feedback and everything, you know. So yes, without wasting too much time, guys, today's video is all about signs, how to make signs and how to customize signs and all those nice things, you know. It all signage normally sort of makes your map more real, and it helps a lot, you know. So on our Tiny map called Tiny, for those of you who don't know, Tiny is our map making series, the map that we've made in that from scratch, explaining everything, how to make a map and everything that's needed to know so far that we've got, you know. So I think we're about 29 episodes now, and this one should be 29, I think. But anyway, so signage, guys, how do you make signs, get signs, how do you customize signs? You can make them from scratch, but I'm way too lazy for that. So it's much easier to customize a sign that's already been made, because colors and all kinds of stuff, and sure, it is too much work for me to go and create a sign from scratch, you know. So the very first option you have, obviously, is you go to Window under your prefabs, and there is a signs heading under prefabs where there is some signs. So if you need any type of sign that is normal road signs and stuff like that, you know, you can grab them here. The one that we're going to work with is the billboard sign, first of all. And then I just want to see what else they've got here. They've got these little posts for the roads. There's a lot of stuff here under signs, even this control posts, which is quite nice, you know, all the chevrons and all kinds of gooders that you can add to your map. So don't go reinvent the wheel, guys, if you can just open up a prefab and yeah, go for it. All right, so that is the easiest way to get a sign. Now there's in the form of billboards, there's only this one, which is sufficient because you can customize this thing to death, you know. So let us import this prefab. It already exists. Sorry, did I? Yeah, I've already imported it just to save some time. So it is lying in the directory of Tiny already. So if we go to Tiny, you will find your prefabs under placeables, prefabs. Here it is. So this is all the prefabs we've imported into Tiny. Sorry for the dog there in the background, guys. There's someone here in the road, working on the road, so yeah, the dog is barking at them, so please don't mind that. Okay, so billboard sign, that is the one that we've imported. And in here now, if you open this i3D here, you'll quickly see what it looks like. Now this is what the sign looks like and how they normally work these signs, because it's a sign that sits like that. It's got a front and a rear side, so it's very important, because if you separate a normal, just a single sign, I can show you quickly. If we open this base, go to I think front and rear, there you go. So if you take the front and you put it there, and you take the rear and you put it there, you see, you can see from the back side, you see through the sign. So that is why you have to have a front and a back side, because if you go this side, you'll see the rear side, but now the front side is missing. So that is just how it is. It's see-through from the one side, you know. So if you have a billboard that is visible from both sides, you're going to have two signs, one for the front and one for the rear. So this is everything that you need already in this prefab, all for your usage. Now, if you want to put this on a wall, all you need to do is take this rear one, export it into a file on its own, and then you've got something to work with that you can just paste on a wall, you know. So you import it into the map and you put it on a wall. So that's just a quick run through. I'm not going to save because we'll come back to this later on. What I want to show you, the other option of working with signs. We will play with this a bit further down the line, but the one that I want to show you is how to export from the base game a sign and then work with that from the base game. Now we just need to figure out where is a sign. There's a sign, is it? Yeah, here's a nice billboard. Yeah, I like this. This is nice. Now what's going to happen now with this, guys? You're going to take this whole add billboard and you export it. So we're going to go File, Export with Files. Go into your map directory, create yourself a folder for it. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go New Folder, and I'm going to call it Large Billboard. Large Billboard. All right, like so. And let me just copy that too, because then I can put it here. Open that. Go here, paste it, save it, and then if you get to these two questions, do you want to get the parent directory? No, because we don't want to work from the base game. We want to customize this sign to our needs. So we're going to say no to this, and we also don't want to have any path to the base game, so we say no. So now it's taken the whole sign with all its stuff, all its colors, all its needed info, and it's put it in that folder for us. So we can close now this base game. And obviously, if you in the game and you see any sign that you can select, like that one for instance, you can now go and export that in the same way and customize this sign to your needs. Alright, so let's just go out of the base game and forget about that. Now, as always, the moment you open or export anything into your map, always go to the thing that you've exported, open it first. Sign pole, that's another one that I've done. Large billboard. Right, so that's the one that we've done. So let's open this on its own. You see, there's the textures folder with all the colors and textures and everything in it. And now suddenly you'll notice that the billboard is not there because it is been placed at a different place in the map. So this is 0 in coordinates. So what we need to do always is 0 this. As always, guys, always do this, because otherwise your stuff will not be visible, you know, in the map where you place it. All right, so there you go. So now we've got that. You can save it. And here you can now see, let's just go here, that's the lighting and add billboard. Why don't I have a separate Majopi for this ad? Alright, so this one we cannot change, we cannot remove the sign from it because the sign is part of the billboard. They've made it as one i3 or as one thing, you know. So what we're going to do with this, I'm going to show you. It's actually good because now I can show you how to modify the picture on it, because that's what you want to do, you know. You want to have the sign. It's a pity that the sign is not separate from the actual frame and structure. But anyway, we've saved it, so that's what you want. You've changed the coordinates to 0 and you saved it. And there we go. So now you go into the textures folder and you go into this one here. So if you open this DDS, you'll notice that to save space and everything, they've placed all the signage or a lot of the signage into one DDS file. And the one we particularly want to use is this one here. So now in order to edit this, we're going to go to your select tool. I'm using paint.net, guys. It's a free program. You just search Google, download paint.net, and you can download it for free and make use of it for free. So there it is. So what you do now is select this sign with the select tool or the mask tool or whatever tool that you want to call that thing. I just want to be very particular here. Close like that. Nice. Make sure you get exactly the whole sign in. Don't miss and don't over, because we're going to do it like that. Right, like so. All right, and there you go. So now you say copy. So you use this one, copy. You go edit and you go say paste into a new image. All right, and there you are. So that's your sign that you can work with now. And now you can come in here. Unfortunately, it's like vertical, you know. So what you can do now is whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to just paint over it for a test with a brush. So we select our brush, make it nice and big, click on the black primary color, and I don't know what is happening with this screen of mine now. Suddenly I just want to plug the cable out, because sometimes I've seen it's a thing of trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes my screen goes black for no reason at all. And we just paint over this whole sign, customize it nicely. And I'm going to put some text in here. Now, in order to paste text, I need to create a new layer, obviously. And then on this new layer, you select it, put your text down, select your font. I'm going to go just with a nice font that I always use, Mistral. Make it a nicer, bigger. Let's just call it Farmer Bob, because that is my name. Not my real name, but it's my name. And then you place, and we just need to change the font color, because that's one thing that you definitely want to do. Now with this thing, once you've got it like that, let me just see, is it now, is a way, you have to first enter it, and then I can go and use the select tool. And where's the turn? There it is. Something of the kind. Let me just repaint this thing. What is happening here now? Just want to get this straight. Anyways, you get my drift, guys. So now I can for some reason I can't swing my text. Anyways, whatever you want to write in here, I'm just going to write something small. Just like that. We'll make it smaller. I'll figure out later on. I'm not the best user of this program by the looks of it. There's Farmer Bob, and then you can save it, and you get the idea. Save. Sorry, you don't save this one. What you're going to do is you select it like so. Control C, copy it. Go back to this one. Press Control V. Control Z. Edit. Paste. It's supposed to paste it back into my selection, but anyway, you can just drag that over the existing one. And once you've done that, click Save and just leave everything here. It must be a DDS with DXT5 or whatever the original is. If we now close this, it will ask me to save. You see there we've edited that. And now if we open that billboard now, let's just open it. You'll see suddenly, whoop, we've got a new image on the thing there. And that's basically how you edit the sign on these ones, where it's part of the frame and the structure. It's a bit of a mission, but yeah, you can get it right, given that you know the program better than I do. I just need to figure out a way to turn my font there. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You get the idea, guys. That's the whole idea of the thing. All right, so we've got the large billboard. And then obviously you can import that into your game. What is this base? I've already put that in there. That is what I've done. That is the other one. We'll work with that just now. I'm not going to delete that now. I'm just going to put it away for now. Edit, file, import, large billboard. So now that you've got that, Control B to place it, and there it is. You can put it wherever you want. Make it smaller, make it bigger. If you scale this down to 1, 1, and 1, you'll have a tiny little one. Yeah, you see, you get what I'm saying, guys. So anyways, that is how you work with those. Great, man. Now these ones, which is nice because the sign is not part of the part of the thing. I'm going to have to delete this first. Don't import it before you've customized it, obviously. That's a good tip for you right there. We go maps, prefabs, billboard sign, textures, and then in here, the same drill, guys. Now, a bit different on this one. you can edit this directly here, so you don't have to go into anything else to figure it out or change it or whatever, you know. So if you paint over this, for instance, let's just go big again. Let's make it nice and yellow. This is the front side. I will suggest, though, however, I'm just thinking now, I will suggest to mask it and copy it out and bring it back the same way we did with the other one. So mask it like this, and then, because I think if you go over the borders, it's going to make havoc. Just be sure to select everything, copy, Control C, and then edit, paste into a new image, and there. Now you work with this, customize it the way you want it, paint it, do whatever you want on it. I'm just going to do this just to give it a bit of a flair. Colors, get that out of the way. And like so. And if you paste pictures in here, you can do anything to this thing. And once you're happy with it, just go selection again, drag select the whole thing, Control C, come back here. With that selected, Control V, and drop it over the existing one like so. Actually, there should actually be a thing that says paste into selection. Why doesn't it have that? I know most of the other programs do have that. Paste into a new layer. We don't want to paste it in a new layer. We actually want it to paste this into this. Edit, paste. I've just clicked on it now. Let's just see. It's supposed to, anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah, just put it over that one. Looks like I haven't cutted it nicely, guys. So I'm just going to stretch this a little bit, just to fill the picture. So if I go now save, it's the same thing. Just go click OK. Don't change anything there. We want to stick to the normal one. Don't save that. And there it is. So now if we open the billboard, once again, the same drill, guys. You can do that now, you see. So that's your front now, and we didn't modify the rear. So the rear should still be like that. All right. So like I said earlier on, if you now wanted a sign on your wall, like in our case, I want a sign on the wall, I'm just going to select the front logo, File, Export Selection with Files. Go place signs, billboard signs. I'm going to just say new folder, call this loose sign, or what is that granary's name now, that cell point? I can't remember the name now. I'm just going to call it cell point. Alright, so I'll remember that. Cell point, whatever you want to call it. Save. We go no and no again, because we don't want to have any relevant links to this sign. So let's leave that, say close it, say no. And now if we go to our maps, placeable signs and cell point, there it is, everything in it. There's our DDSs, our textures. In our textures we'll have the sign, and we can grab that one now, cell point. Okay, you see, now we just have that there. Just want to see if it took the back as well. No, it didn't take the back. F, front logo, F. There you go. It's very difficult if you lose it. Click on it, press F. It's your easiest way. Oh, if I right click, I lose it. But anyways, so there it is in the i3D. It's working like a dream. And now all you do now in your game itself, go find a spot on the wall or wherever you want to put it. In this case, I want to just place it on the wall. File, import, cell point, bring it into the game, and then obviously we're going to need to have a place for signs. Did I make one for signs yet? I don't think I have. Placeables. I'll just call, let's just create a transform for signs. in the game, because I don't think I've made any signs for Tiny yet. So there you go. So front logo, Control X, Control V it here, and kabloop, there you go. Control B to place it on the wall, and then just swing it around to become visible. And then obviously now we can size this to our heart's content, make it the size we want. And once you have that on the wall, you're happy, man. You are happy. Just always make sure it's nicely visible and flat. And there you go, you guys. You get my drift, what I'm saying and how it works. And then obviously now, if we want to have a different frame for the billboard, you can take anything for frames or whatever you want to put on. Just remember, if you put something that you're going to see the back, you're going to have a back sign for it. So what I normally do is I just take the same sign, duplicate it, and just turn it around for the other side. You know, that's also an easy way to do it. Then you don't have to worry about that. Good. And then obviously now for the other prefabs, guys, that is as simple as coming in, importing this whole prefab, and it is called road signs prefab. And there you are. And now close this. Okay, if I now go into this, oh my word, each of these now is a different sign, and it's in different language. These guys, they must really learn to speak English, you know. It will really make life so much easier. So what you're going to have to do now, I'm actually glad I've done this. This is called, I think it's called a yield sign or something. Just rename it to yield. And that's you're going to have to do with all these. My word. I mean, was it so difficult to just give the thing a proper name? And this is a sharp turn sign. You know, so you're going to have to rename all these things. A bit annoying, but yeah, simple and easy. And now you can take, for instance, that little yield sign and put it here where the road is and where you need a yield sign. That type of stuff, you know. And then whatever tickles your fancy, you know. Sharp corner to the right. What I wanted to show you also is, can we select, what is these things? That is the bolts, and I think that must be the pole. Oh my word, they've made this pole into 10 different items, you know, and that is the sign backplate. Don't know what that is, but anyway, that is the brackets. And then this is just a little cap on top. And then that one is that. So if you take that little thing of this sign, for instance, delete that, then you've got a nice pole that you can use like so. I've now got the front of the sign here still. I wonder if I can select that and delete it. Yes, I can. There you go. Now you've got a pole to use in other signs. So if you take this one now and you call it pole, sign pole or something like the kind. Sign pole. And then you've got the nice pole that you can use. And if you put Control D like this, and just swing the one out a little bit, like so, you can put a long sign on there. Like for instance, you can take that one there, and you can move it about. Control B, click on the pole, bloop, like so. A little bit zoom out, swing it until you hit the other one. If you bring your mouse while holding your key further out, you can actually scroll nice and fast, slow, you know. Bring that up, and you'll find that there's some nice annoying little bolts on those things that's always sticking out in the front of the sign. So you then what you do is obviously you just bring it out a little bit so the bolts disappear, and there you have it. And now remember, now there's the back of the sign. What I've done for my signs on other maps is you take one of these signs and you just paint it grey, and then once you've turned that around, it's not that one, Control D, so it will duplicate that one, and then you swing it around like so, and now we're going to have to go this side and just align it on this side, obviously to the pole again, bring it out over these things like so, and there you are. And now you've got a front and a rear sign standing somewhere looking nice. So if you drive from the one side, it will be grey, and if you drive from the other side, you've got the sign, unless it's a sign that you want to be seen from both sides, you know. So yeah, and that, guys, is basically what I can show you on customizing signs. The other things obviously is little prefabs, is these little what do you call it, road marking things on the edges of your little barriers and all kinds of stuff that you can use for roads, you know. Let me just see, where is those nice barriers? There was some barriers as well. I think it's under static, is it? There it is. You see all these side things that you can plant into the next to the road to form little barriers and things. That's also stuff that you can use. There's concrete walls that you can put up. You can plant these deep and make them, extend them, long, short, yeah, just go crazy. And they've got nice rod thing on top, you know. So that basically, guys, is a quick look on customizing signs and making signs, exporting signs and working with them, you know. So what I'm going to do in my own time is obviously make some nice signs for the sell point, and then maybe for the animal dealer, you know, just get some signage on the map. So that I will do, obviously, for a next version of Tiny to be released. Great, guys, and then I'll make another YouTube video just to show off all the progress on signage and additions to the map. All right, have a wonderful day, guys, and yeah. Just remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button. It really helps me a lot. It's the best you can do for me. Thanks, guys. Take care, man. Until next time. Cheers.